There's something I want to get off my chest. And it's about that summer when you went away to community college. I got an offer to do Playgirl magazine. And I did it. You probably didn't hear about it because I went under the name of Mike Honcho.
What is going on, fellow members of the Juke Squad? I feel like I haven't said that in a while. We are calling out John Reilly. The original Mike Honcho. The original Mike Honcho. As you guys know, Mike Honcho is now a part of the Juke Squad culture. He was one of the key factors in pranking the entire state of Florida. He is now a staple name in the protest for clean water in Florida. He's a man, he's a myth, he's a legend. Mike Honcho is quite certainly a force to be reckoned with. Of course, as a lot of you know, the inspiration came from John Reilly's performance in Talladega Nights. The scene where Cal tells Ricky Bobby about the time that he did a full spread for Playgirl magazine. You probably didn't hear about it though because he went under the name of Mike Honcho. For those of you who are just joining us, we pranked the entire state of Florida, all of our fans, and every news station in Florida, all at once. The full version of that video is in the description. It's the single funniest and most elaborate prank that I have ever filmed, and possibly the funniest prank on the entire internet. But hey, that's all a matter of opinion. If you have time to watch the full video, I highly recommend it. I guarantee it'll be worth your time. But a quick summary. A new law passed in Florida stating that anyone who owned beachfront property was allowed to declare it as private property. We immediately knew that this was a very stupid law that would not last, so we did what we do best. Make fun of it, and prank whoever we can in the most elaborate fashion possible. So I dressed up as a giant dick and went and kicked everyone off the beach to put up a fence. We made no comment or statement to let people know that it was a joke. I assumed people would know that it was a joke, seeing as I dressed up as a giant dick and called myself Rick Scott. But that didn't stop people from getting extremely angry with us. I received several angry emails and DMs from people who were furious about us putting the fence up, calling us scumbags and every name in the book. Someone even came in the middle of the night and stole our fence.
Learned angry neighbors have ripped down the controversial fence that sectioned off a part of private beachfront. As the Now's Lauren Rosella shows us, this follows a new law that allows homeowners to kick people off of their beach property.
Tempers boiling over this morning with our cameras rolling.
You might think you can. We took it down.
This angry neighbor admitting to tearing it down.
No fences in
Little did he know I had a loaded
that angry neighbor tearing the rest down around him this morning.
Boys in the hood are always hard.
While this was going on, I had several news stations showing up that I reached out to the day before under the name of Mike Honcho, who promptly replied within an hour and showed up that day to do some interviews. I then told my dad to go out and pretend that he was an angry beachgoer under the name of Mike Honcho. Alright, so when the news gets here, I need you to go out and be an angry neighbor under the alias Mike Honcho.
Mike Honcho. I like Mike Honcho.
Honcho.
Honcho. Honcho.
Mike, you are Mike Honcho. You do not live here. You hate the fence. You're very angry. Perfect. Okay, let's do this. And I live here. This is my house. And you're going to argue with me about the fence at your house.
Absolutely.
Perfect. My dad arguing with me at our house about the fence that we put up under the name of Mike Honcho. And the rest is gold. Here's a new segment from that day.
Now, we've already seen fences up at the beach. We'll have more on that.
Helicopter shot!
First, details on the new law limiting ocean.
Oh, what? They got a helicopter shot of my house.
To parts of the beach is also generating controversy. At least one homeowner, as you can see, has already put up a fence blocking people from walking along the sand that cuts across his land. How about that? Spectrum, Venus 9, Dave Jordan joining us live now at 508.
Go.
Dave, yeah, what's happening? I can see that bright orange fence behind you.
Yeah, you know, Veronica, you mentioned that this is the fence. A lot of people are not feeling this fence. This is something that will likely play out across the state thanks to this new law, and tonight beachgoers are pushing back against it.
What if everyone did this like this?
We were there as towards Drew's Hardy blasted Jack Tenney for putting up this fence.
Every one of these people can shut down the beach, right? So how's anyone supposed to go to the beach?
That's right, walk away.
Tenney didn't engage with Ari, but he had plenty to say to us about being the face of this controversy.
The state law was put in place saying if you on beachfront property, you're allowed to make it private property.
And he's right. That law, which went into effect July 1st, allows homeowners to restrict access to this area between the high tide and their property line. Tenney says the law, which some consider vague and open to interpretation, allows homeowners to set boundaries.
We've had people go swimming in our swimming pool. We've had people walk up into our yard, take floats, take chairs.
I was just in disbelief that somebody could...
There's something I want to get off my chest. I got an offer to do Playgirl magazine, and I did it. I did a full spread for Playgirl magazine. I mean spread, man. I pulled my butt apart. You probably didn't hear about it because I went under the name of Mike Honcho.
Fence off a public beach.
Resident Mike Honcho spotted the fence during his morning walk.
The city screwed up because nobody stopped the state law.
As of now, it appears little can be done. Tenney says he'll probably take down the fence after July 4th, but he'll still exercise his rights under the new law.
We still are allowed to declare this as private property, and we can still politely ask people to leave if we choose to.
And back here live, Tenney tells us that he did not get a permit before he put up this new fence. Now, we checked with the city, and we also checked with the state, and also one of the federal agencies responsible for environmental fences and things of that nature to see whether or not a permit is needed. We have not yet heard back.
Oh, Mike Honcho! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my...
Another new state law, this one that allows homeowners to restrict access to parts of a beach, is generating a lot of controversy in parts of the Bay Area and pushback from beachgoers. Look at this. At least one homeowner has actually put up a fence blocking folks walking along the sand that cuts across his land.
I was just in disbelief that somebody could...
Mike Honcho's on the news twice! Yeah!
Honcho! I am the head honcho!
And everything that I just said is a very, very summarized version of that full video. You should go watch the entire thing. Again, I promise you will not regret it. But anyway, now that Mike Honcho is a staple in the JoogSquad culture, I feel like we need to meet the legend himself, guys. John C. Reilly, the original Mike Honcho. I'm calling you out, let's collab! You've always been a very inspiring comedian to me, and you've brought millions of people laughs. So for that reason alone, I have the utmost respect for you. But I do think that the Honchos need to meet each other. If you agree, drop a Honcho Squad comment in the comment section below and like this video to help it go viral to increase the chances that the original Mike Honcho will see this. And to be honest, I have been a fan of his work for years. I think the earliest I remember seeing him was in Hard 8, The Perfect Storm, The Aviator, and of course Talladega Nights. I really became a big fan of him when he was Steve Burrell on the Tim and Eric show. He then went on to get his own show called Check It Out, which I still crack up at to this day. The character he plays in that show is nothing short of hysterical. Walk Hard with Dewey Cox is another obvious one for me, one of my favorites. And of course there's the more famously known Step Brothers and Talladega Nights. In more recent years, I watched Gangs of New York, King Kong, and Boogie Nights. The man is truly a great actor outside of just comedy, which is why I would love to collaborate with you. I have a skeleton script written of something hilarious we could do in LA that would tie into my normal videos. I not only think that it would be awesome to meet this man, but to be able to make a comedic skit for you guys to enjoy with someone who has inspired me would be a dream come true. Or even just to have the two Honchos meet in person. Maybe he could even be the new weatherman for Joog News. We don't pay very much, but the job is yours if you want it. All I really have to say is thank you so much for the laughs, John. I know you probably have a lot going on in your own life, so I will not be disappointed if we can't make a collaboration happen, but it just seems like it's worth a shot. Please, Mr. Reilly, if you do see this video, at least watch the Pranking the Entire State of Florida. I would love to give you a laugh and to maybe get your reaction to that video. Thanks again for all the smiles that you bring to this world that can seem dark at times. Remember, everyone, be the good in the world, make people laugh, make your decisions based out of love and not fear, and continue to pursue the dream that you all have in your heart. And also sign the petition to help save the Florida water. Please, it's in the description. We're more than halfway there. And this video alone, you guys alone, can seriously make a difference. So click the link in the description, sign it, go to your email, approve your signature, and we will get a statement from the White House by the end of the month. Other than that, Jack from the JoogSquad signing out. Subscribe, and I will see you for 24 hours at the Hollywood sign in ghillie suits. I leave for LA in 2 days, so let me know what you want to see me do while I'm there. Peace, guys. See you soon.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.